add this piece to the addictiveness, not just necessarily the art and the creativity of all, but I'm one of those, I don't know, I'm not a masochist or anything, but it's therapeutic, man, the utter release. But I'm also the guy that, a lot of people call it the cold plunge. I've been doing that for 15 years. I lay on a bed of needles in the afternoon to release stress. So like I'm that guy, but I find like anytime I've gone and gotten a tattoo, other than one time, it's when I just got over COVID. It was the worst experience, and my tattoo actually admitted that it happened to a lot of people who had just gotten over COVID. And something with the neurology of the body. I'm good now, but it's like this one time. But other than that, it's like always been this euphoric release. I always feel like I just got a deep massage. I sat in a sauna for like an hour. It was amazing. But also the creative aspect of the childlike aspect. I mean, I've been reading this book, but I believe before I read this book, it's just like how we're all creators. I believe in some fortune, like uh, writing. You mentioned that, it's an art form, and I've been trying to tell people this that we all have a way of creating something in our life. And I used to paint, draw. I'm a musician. I used to do pottery, but I don't really do a whole lot of that. Maybe occasional bang on some hand drums occasionally, but like I found my art form in writing now, and I absolutely love it. And that says a lot. I talk about in my first book, like for a guy who has been diagnosed ADHD and is very active and has a hard time like writing anything or sitting still, like to be able to write one and now two bestsellers, it's a testament of just our creativity might change, but it's also just a testament to like challenge ourselves and try new things. You never know, and not to really set limitations on anything, because that might be where your creativity evolves and shifts. So who knows? But yeah, we're all meant to create. Just got to find your muse. It's all different for all of us.
Love it.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, let's go back in time, right? Two years, geez, 2 years ago. It's wild to think, right? That 2022 is that year that everybody's trying to forget. But like, I love looking back at some of the things that like I was able to do. And our interview was one of my favorites. And to the point where like, as soon as you put up that you were doing a new book, I was like, I gotta reach out. Like, I gotta get him back on. Like, we had a very free flowing, natural conversation. So, but those of you guys listening or watching who haven't seen it or heard it, I'll definitely put a link. But Justin, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about where you were in 2022 when we were talking? Because I think your book had just gotten released.
Just had my first book, Purpose Through Pain, finding limitless potential in the presence of adversity. And